Hi, Norman Hallett here with your next 4-minute drill for traders. Well, since this drill is a special one, our 100th 4-minute drill, I thought we'd do something very special. Now, through my contacts in Washington, D.C., and in New York, where I was born, I was able to secure two of the most influential people on the planet to take just a couple of minutes with us to answer a few questions on the importance of being the disciplined trader. Mr. President, are you there?
Yes, Norman, I'm here. Thank you for having me, and thank you for that generous donation that you made last fall. That $1 million check really put us over the top.
You're welcome, Mr. President. Are you with us, Mr. Trump?
Yes, Norman, this is huge, fantastic, phenomenal. You know, I wouldn't miss your 100th anniversary for the world. How are you, Barack? You don't mind if I call you Barack, do you?
Well, actually, Donald, unlike you, I am the commander-in-chief, and therefore I actually prefer to be called Mr. President.
Okay, Barack. I'd really like to say it's an honor speaking with you. I'd really like to say that, but if I did, I'd be lying.
Okay, great. Since we only have a few minutes, let's get started. Mr. President, most people don't realize that before you became president, you were a part-time trader. Now, can you tell me, based on your own personal experience, how important is controlling your emotions when you trade?
Well, Norman, I'm glad you asked that question. I would have to say that the lack of patience, just like in the Oval Office when I make monumental decisions. I have to weigh all the facts, I have to be patient, and then when I finally make that decision, I have to stick to it. In trading, it's the same way. You have to wait for all your indicators to line up, and you can't take action until they do line up. Otherwise, you could be in a lot of trouble.
Norman, I need to jump in here.
Sure.
I don't disagree that you have to have patience when you trade, but how would you know what's right and wrong to do, Mr. President? Quite frankly, I don't believe that you've ever actually traded. In fact, I'd like to see a few monthly statements from your account.
Monthly statements from my account? Are you serious?
Yes, completely. And I have a question about those statements.
Okay.
Here's your question on those monthly statements. Once and for all, is your birth certificate real?
Yes, my birth certificate is real, Donald. It is as real as the hair on your head.
Don't attack the Trumpador, Barry. It's the eighth wonder of the world.
Well, Donald, you need to sweep that Trumpador to the side and see the light, my friend. You know darn well that as president, documents like monthly trading statements are classified. Otherwise, I would show them to you. And as far as my birth certificate, well, look, I've already sent that to you. And I gotta say that the young kid at Kinko's did a great job. No one even noticed the fact that he misspelled Honolulu.
Barack, when you were a young boy growing up in Kenya.
Hawaii.
Okay, back there in Indonesia.
Hawaii.
All right, when you were a child and you played Little League for the Nairobi Nile Knights.
You just don't know when to quit, pal, do you? I did not agree to come on Norman's show, to be ridiculed by the world's largest chia pet.
All right, fine, I'll play nice. When you were a young boy growing up in Hawaii, did you always dream of becoming president of the United States?
Yes, even as a young boy. I always wanted to be president in the worst possible way.
Well, you certainly succeeded at that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, and thanks to me, Jimmy Carter is definitely off the hook.
Well, at least we can agree on something. All right, forget about the birth certificate, the college transcripts, and the monthly statements. Right here, right now, live in front of Norman's clients, on top of the $5 million to your charity of choice, which I've already committed to in the past, I am prepared to throw in, if you'll release your kindergarten attendance records, a $25 Groupon to the International House of Pancakes.
Gentlemen, please. Let's move on. Mr. Trump, from your extensive experience, what particular mental and emotional trait is the most important to trading success?
I'd have to say the ability to make a decision on a trade when your trading plan tells you to. It's the same in real estate. When you see a deal that meets all your parameters, you got to jump on it without hesitation. That's how I made millions in real estate, And that's how you make money as a trader.
Sure, you made millions of dollars, but that's after you utilized the bankruptcy laws of the United States and wiped out all of your debt. I mean, didn't you go bankrupt 2 or 3 times? I mean, maybe you should go into Washington to help consult on the best ways to go bankrupt.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down, Barack, or you'll turn more gray than you already are.
Hey, the gray hair has nothing to do with the job, Donald. The truth is my mother-in-law is living with us.
Look, Barry, you guys in Washington make the rules. I'm just following them. Hell, if you're making the laws we shouldn't be using, you should be fired. In fact, Mr. President, with all due respect, you're fired.
Well, I'm glad it's only the American people who can fire me, and, well, they keep reelecting me.
Well, our time is up, gentlemen. It's sure been an interesting take on trading discipline, and I thank both of you for taking your valuable time to be here today.
My pleasure. Always great to chat with you, President Barack.
I appreciate you inviting me, Norman. I'm a big fan of the 4-minute drills. Make sure you keep me on that mailing list. Oh, and Michelle says hi to your wife, Tisha. Stay disciplined.
Stay disciplined.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll be sure to let Tisha know. And thank you, Mr. Trump, for being here, both of you. Thank you. Whew. That was more exciting than I expected. I'd love to know what you thought of this special interview. Leave a comment, and I'll be sure to let Barack and Donald know what you thought. I'll be having dinner with them in New York in a couple of weeks, and I'll be sure to give them your feedback. Okay, that's it for our 100th edition of 4-Minute Drill for Traders. So, I'm going to see you for number 101 next week, right? And in the meantime, stay disciplined.